Welcome to the Thanksgiving tournament. Hole number one, we start off with a par four. Now, I've got a quasar and a level five extra mile. You can bounce it right there before those bunkers if you like. That's a perfectly acceptable conservative route. You probably play that second shot negative 10%. However, if you're feeling spicy and you've got some friendly wind just like this, I recommend giving it max top, max right, and max overpower. And you want to go a lot of curl. I'd say up to and including about 1 to 1.25 full ball to the right. Too much curl could actually put you in this bunker on the bottom of the screen there if you're not careful. So thread the needle, get it down there. You can make the green. The beautiful thing is nice and flat up here. You're right beside the green. As you can see, my opponent there is a little bit surprised. And then all you need to do is play whatever your favorite wedge shot is here. I've, of course, got the 20% rule with the end bringer recommended. To make this even easier, you definitely could use a spin 3 ball, such as a katana. You could bring a kingmaker here if you like. Really, whatever works for you, I think is going to be the right answer. So I'm looking forward to trying my best to start this tournament off with an eagle, because, it's such a good feeling and a great, great energy that goes through the whole round when you get things off to an awesome start. Just going to make sure we hit perfect here and just get it done. Enjoy the tournament. I'll see you on number 2. Hole number 2, and we have our first par 3. Now, you're going to see me playing around here and trying to find a shot. The thing about this, if you've got a higher level sniper with lots of backspin, that's going to be a great play for you. Maybe you've got this hammerhead club. You'll see me check this out here. It's actually very viable. Adds another bar of backspin, but I just wasn't satisfied that that was enough in this degree of tailwind. So then what we've come to realize for me in this moment is that the Goliath played at about 20% max with about 4 bars of backspin. I think it's going to work out to be a good opportunity for me. 3 to 4 bars here of backspin, depending on what you're going to need to do. And then all we need to do is make a nice, clean adjustment. Now, I've got a kingmaker here. You can see I'm recommending a navigator. There's no real need unless you think you've got this one dialed in. We'll work it out, and the tournament wins. I'll see you on hole number 3. Hole number 3, and we've got a great opportunity for an albatross. I come at this one with a Titan ball and my extra mile. Now, you see I'm giving it max top, max right. That's 2 bars of right spin on a Titan. So if you want a little more right spin here, there's nothing wrong with that. Depending on the wind, you might want to use a katana or a kingmaker ball. So I love this hole. I'm really looking forward to showing you the second shot here, but I give it about a quarter ball right curl here. Go about a half a ball, just make sure that you keep it away from the left side of the second fairway, because up there it does slope off to the left. You might just see here when the camera turns. No, not quite, but second shot here. Now you're going to see exactly what I mean. I'm playing the second shot with the backbone. Let's see right there. I'm going to check it out. Max is up there. Min is down there. We're going to go about mid distance, medium distance, top of the yellow ring here, touching the rough line, and aiming it directly at the hole. 2 bars of topspin. Now, I do have like a 0.1 or 0.2 once again there for left spin. Wasn't intentional, but that's just worth mentioning if you want to try to replicate every fine detail on a very fine shot. So luckily here, the wind angle is in our favor. This is going to play a lot more difficult in headwind or in a strong crosswind. So keep that in mind. We're always having to adjust these adjustments on the fly in the tournament. With a little bit of luck, we'll get ourselves a nice boom. We'll see you on number 4. Welcome to our second par 3. This hole, number 4, I'm playing it with a little bit of backspin here, about 2.5 bars, and ultimately I'm going to try landing on the fringe here. I don't recommend that. What I want to do in the tournament here is I'm going to set it up with the bottom of the yellow ring, touching the fringe, so that we've got a nice flat, more flat and consistent landing position than you'll get on the fringe. The fringe works sometimes, but not always. Now, 30% max here, I think, is a very fine adjustment elevation for us to work with. So that's what we play this shot at. So we're going to have to always just kind of tweak it as we go. Nonetheless, this is a great opportunity for a hole-in-one, and one that we should definitely be spending some of our practice tokens on to work out a really perfect shot. But oh, we're just about there, baby. This is a good setup for now. We'll see you on number 5. Hole number 5, and we have a difficult par 5. Now, I do recommend bringing a Zerk here. I set this one up with max top, max left. And I'm kind of coming a little close to the tree here. I think we should probably have about half the red ring in the left rough here, so that we don't have to play it so aggressively to the left. I mean, I'm not against playing a tight setup if necessary, but just make this one have the same final resting position. So probably with a little bit of left curl, I think is going to be a safer play here. Nonetheless, it's a great way to demonstrate the ease of using the Berserker here. If you use a Titan, you're going to have a really difficult job navigating the rough and the bunker right in front of the green. And even with the good wind here, I was having a little bit of challenge. So what I like about this is that I can bounce my second shot directly on the green, and it gives me a chance to try to get the albatross here. So you see me using about 1 bar of backspin, and I adjust this shot at 0% max. I have the second bounce, just up there on the fringe. I was just checking. It probably would be nicer if it was on the green, but the fringe works if you come up with a consistency that you can replicate, right? So I make my 0% max adjustment here, and I don't need to use any overpower. I don't need to use any kind of layup and then third shot to try to save the eagle. We get a clean bounce at the end of that fairway, and just coming in there a little bit off to the right, but this gives us something to work with. I want to see us get some drops. Welcome to hole number 6. This one I'm setting it up with my extra mile, and you see me playing it with a navigator ball. I'm actually recommending a katana here. I think it's going to make this initial drive a little bit easier. So you see me switching to the Quasar, which is, again, an excellent choice, especially to keep your ball inventory in check. But depending what you have, I also think it's nice for us to have a little bit more option on the spin for the rough bump on the second shot. So play it how you like it. I'm showing it here with the Quasar, and you're going to see another alteration on the second shot. So bottom line, make a nice clean drive here. Thread the needle in this very narrow passage just up past that red fairway marker on the fairway, and we're good to go. Second shot. Second shot, I play this at 0% maximum distance. And now you see me coming in with the backbone, and that's fine. But I'm not going to have 4 bars of topspin at this level, nor is it going to get me there. But 4 top, 2 right. And that's why I say the Goliath here is going to be our best bet. Unless you have a backbone like level 9 or 10, then you can play this shot with that club. The good thing about the Goliath as well is you won't have to adjust your rings quite as much, so it's easier to make the actual physical adjustment. But either way, this one is absolutely a couple practice tokens away from being a really consistent drop in the tournament. I'll see you on hole number 7. Hole number 7, our final par 3. I've got a little bit of a different adjustment here for you. I'm just giving this 1 bar of backspin, and I'm setting it up with the second bounce on the fringe, and just basically pointing it directly at the flag. Now, I understand we can play this one off to the left with more right spin to get that big arc and bring it on down, but I've had a lot of trouble with that one in rookie. That's definitely how I would play it from the second tee up in pro. So this is just an option here. If you've got a little bit of a lower wind like I do here, it sets up very, very nicely. You see, we just get that bump, bounce, and roll it into the cup. Let's go, baby. I'll see you on hole number 8. Hole number 8 is our last par 4, and I would say this is our lowest chance of an eagle on any of the par 4s. You got to get your emote game on point here. I give it max right. You can definitely play katana here. Max right, couple bars of topspin here. We're not going for power, but you definitely want to just get this one around the corner. And the thing about this one, that fairway where you're landing slopes quite strongly from right to left. So you do want to use side spin 3, and you do want to use max right curl. Even with the max level EM here, you're just going to want to use all the curl to get this one down and around the corner. You see how it wants to kick to the left. We're trying to pull it to the right. Just like that. That's all you need to do. Second shot here. If you have a higher level Guardian, I think you're going to have a little better chance here with a bigger ball guide. So Guardian level 3, though, it's a safe play to get it to that green. And that's why I was using a Kingmaker here, is so that I don't need to use any overpower and I can reach quite nicely. Max back, a bar of right spin, a bar of left spin, And really all I'm doing is I've got that second bounce about halfway up on the bank, you can see. And then we're just really going to try to hit the green, bounce off the back, and roll it back down to the pin. The more ball guide you have to work with here, the easier this is going to be. And that's why I say this is one of the more difficult ones. There are a rough bump you could play here. It's quite a big slope, though. It's not really very flat, so it's makeable. It's doable. But this is also, I think, a really good, safe, and smart play for your average player. And still looking not too bad. I'll see you on the final hole, number 9. Welcome to hole number 9, the final hole of the tournament. Now, you're going to see on the side right away, I've got 3 shots here. There's no feasible way for a regular rookie player to get this one to the green in 2. That's why we got to have smart shot making and come in with a plan. Quarterback on the drive, we do not want to go over the end here. So with a light tailwind, that 3 bars of topspin is okay. I would recommend on average, if you just want to set the same every time, maybe 1 bar. Just play with it, and we want to be careful not to go over. That's all we got to do. Clean drive, 10% max. You can play a quarterback 1-to-1. Not really going to make a difference here. But just like that, I've left myself a bit of room, but nice and close to give us as much distance as possible. Speaking of distance, second shot, bring the longest distance wood club in your bag. For all of you, that's mostly going to be a big dog. Maximum topspin. If there's some crosswind, you might want to use some side spin here. But bottom line, we're just trying to get it up into the biggest shadow there. Basically past that corner so that we can see past the trees on the right. So lining it up here, 10% max. No big deal. Set the line, give it a little pull, about a ring and a half or so. And if you need to, you might have to use some overpower here. I try to avoid it if you have a good drive so that I don't risk hitting great with this big dog. The margins are narrow here, and you do not want to get on the rough. So as you can see, clear shot to the pin. Third shot here. Now I'm adjusting this with this exact wind at 0% max. If you've got different wind, which you will, you're going to have to use a different elevation. So we'll see that in the tournament. 2 back and about 1, or I've got written down about a half a bar of current side spin values to the right. So 0%, you see that there. Max distance, it's like 1.3 or something rings. It's been a pleasure, you guys. I'm really happy to join you for this Thanksgiving tournament walkthrough. Check my YouTube channel. I've got all sorts of live streams scheduled. And don't forget to subscribe to Erelic Gaming so you don't miss out on any of my future Golf Clash videos. Good luck in the tournament. See you guys out on the course.